can't find our YouTube channel on YouTube when I search it?
It's because it's got no videos uploaded to it.
Right. That'd
So
be
you won't be
why.
able to find it because it's essentially just a user at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's just a channel. It doesn't have any uploads. Well, it will. It'll have this being uploaded to it and have our entire one viewer that Kirk has promised us he will be.
I'm gonna view it.
It's two. Yeah, you listen to your own voice. That'll be nice
Oh
and
no,
exciting.
I won't. I won't be doing that. Honestly, I don't understand if what I hear when I listen to my own voice is what other people hear. Because if that is the case, how do people listen to me talk?
I think everyone feels that. I've got to
Yeah.
edit the thing together. I've got to like listen to us like myself back, like constantly just editing this afterwards, like not knowing what I'm doing. So I'm going to spend hours probably doing it. But yeah, so you should probably say what our plan for our video is, really, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we're going to be doing reviews of Game Pass games,
Yes.
and you chose. I say you chose. We sort of both chose, but you suggested it. Tunic,
Yep.
which I was quite excited about because it looked like Zelda.
That's exactly the reason why I wanted to do it. Honestly, when I saw the trailer and when I saw like the picture of it ages ago, I was like, this is basically Microsoft's version of old school Zelda games, and I am all for it.
It's amazing that it was free on Game Pass as well, because it's like
Oh,
day and date, wasn't it?
yeah, I know. So good. As soon as it came out, I was like, I need to download this. I need to play
Yeah.
this. I put Cyberpunk down, and yeah, I got Pokemon Legends for my birthday. Haven't even opened it yet because yeah, I've just been playing
Oh,
Tunic.
Legends is good. It's really
Yeah,
good.
I really need to get into it, but I'll just yeah,
Yeah.
just
Today's
been
about
playing Tunic.
Tunic.
Yes, today is about Tunic.
I have
Which
a bit of a confession to make with it.
okay,
That I saw how many hours you put in, and then how many hours I put in. I was like, oh, Ian's like proper like played this through because you've got like 14, 15 hours, haven't you?
do you know how?
How?
Because I
Wandering
have
around
to
being
get
lost.
I no, the only time I get to play it is before work after I fed Evie, and then she's gone to sleep on me. I then
Yeah.
get like half an hour, 40 minutes before I have to start work. So I'm just like every morning I just have a little sesh.
Amazing. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
managed a whole 3 hours.
Is that it?
Yeah, I thought I swear I've played it more than this, but I think it's just because when you sort of do play it, you get quite drawn into it,
Yeah.
and then you get stuck. You do get stuck on stuff quite a bit. Where I did because there's like no direction, is there? It's just
Oh,
sort of like
yeah.
off in you go, off you go.
So how far did you get into it?
I got the last night. I was like, I got to get at least one of the little key things. So
Yeah.
you've got the three color things, like you do
Yeah.
in all the Zelda games. You get your three parts, your three
Yeah.
parts of your Triforce, or your three bits of your gems, or whatever. So I got the first one, but I think most of my gameplay, I was getting places and then having probably a good sort of 20 minutes of not knowing where I was going afterwards,
Mhm.
and then just dying.
Oh, so yeah, I had to look because I'm basically on the last boss. I haven't beat the last boss yet, but I've got to the point where I'm now literally just got to go to the boss, and then I looked up because all the achievements are secret,
Yeah,
and I was like, "There's a lot of achievements left, and I'm essentially on the last boss. So what are these achievements?" And it's all like find the secret treasure. So I'm like, okay, there's like I don't know 20 fairies to capture and 12 secret treasures, and I'm like, but I haven't seen any fairies or secret treasures. So I googled it, and it's all in the manual pieces that you pick up. There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
little clues as to where the treasure is and what kind of like essentially a cheat code on the D-pad you have to type in
Yeah,
to unlock it. And I'm like, how on earth has anyone deciphered this?
I did. That's one thing that I was really good with. I was well
Really?
chuffed with myself. Yeah, on one of the pages, which probably should say for people who haven't played it, it's like you go round the world and there's literally no instructions, but
Yeah,
there's like pages that you pick up in the world, and they're like pages torn out of an old like NES or NES, depending if you're American or European, how you say it,
yeah,
manual, and it tells you. how the game works, how you play stuff, where to go and what to do. So it's like ring the East Bell and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's part of the thing. And there's one page that I was really chuffed with myself about, because it was, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was something like throw something in like a hole or something, or throw something somewhere. And I was like, came across a well. So I threw a stick of dynamite in the well and got an achievement. And I was well
Ah.
chuffed.
Well, because I've been throwing the coins into the well because yeah, like you said with the manual, there's like it tells you what to do, but it doesn't tell you what to do because it's all in its own language with the odd word being in English.
Oh yeah, that can be very frustrating
Yeah,
sometimes.
because then I got a random achievement of doing a special attack. I have no idea how I've done it. I don't know if I've done it since. The manual doesn't exactly explain it in detail how to do it, so I think a lot of it is just by luck.
How
But
how long did it take you to figure out that you could run?
oh yeah, I think I was doing that for ages by accident. Like yeah, when you roll, if you keep hold of the roll button, you can like run for a bit.
Yeah,
But yeah, came across that by complete accident. But I
probably.
like it because like it just means that it's a very old school, aesthetically like game in terms of like it looks like you said like an old Zelda game, but
Yeah.
with like modern graphics essentially. So you think going into it, oh, it's probably going to be don't want to say as easy as a Zelda game because Zelda games can like some of the puzzles can be a bit hard, but
You
on the
expect it to
whole,
be,
Zelda games are quite easy.
yeah, the newer ones anyway.
Yeah. So
Zelda 2.
yeah, so I'm playing it and I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I like the Zelda games. I'm good at the Zelda games. And then the amount of times I've died on the boss
Yeah.
battles are especially hard. Like yeah, to the point where on one of them I got so frustrated that I went to the options and turned on the no like turn off basically your stamina bar so I could just
Yeah.
block constantly because I was just like, yeah, I don't. Out of the hours I spent on it, probably a few of them were on one boss, and I was like, I'm not having this. I'll just cheat my way past this one.
The bosses are hard. It makes me
Yeah,
think of like when you're fighting like in Monster Hunter, when you come across like one of like the really big boss beasts in that, and it's like
yeah,
a proper slog, and you're wearing them down and wearing them down, and you're thinking you're almost there, and then they just pull out this random attack, and then that's it, you're dead, and you got to do it all over again,
yeah,
and you're just like, ah, damn it.
yeah. So like another thing that I really liked about the game, but at the same time was very frustrating, was you get when you open certain treasure chests, you get a card, and the card's got a picture on it, and it's essentially an ability, and you can attach them to your character. Have you come across those?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing with them because it's all
Yeah,
written in gibberish.
yeah. So I was just guessing, but there was one that I collected, which is a sword with a flame around it. So
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's probably going to be, when you hit something, it's going to burn them.
Yeah.
So I'm using it, and then my health's going down, and I'm using potions, and I'm going to like the statues to pray to re-heal, but
Yeah.
my health's not going up, and I'm like, why isn't my health going up? I'm using all my potions, blah blah blah. And I worked out when you use that particular ability, you can't heal. And I was walking around for ages, not
Oh
knowing this,
no.
going through all like I literally had like 1 HP, and I'm like fighting all these really simple enemies. But I'll
Yeah.
just make one mistake and I'll be dead straight away. And I'm like, I haven't saved or like wished, prayed at a
Yeah.
statue in so long. But oh no, it's a great game though. I really, really enjoyed it.
What of the hidden sort of like weapons and items did you get? Because there's one that I missed because I didn't get the piece of the manual till later on. Like last night I was playing, I went back to the garden area and I
Mm,
found a bit of manual that I didn't find previously. Picked it up, had a look at it, and then it had like literally like a little direction to where you could get like this uh like magic knife in a cave. So I followed it and got this knife thing, and it's basically like an ice power
oh
knife.
yeah, I've got that.
Yeah.
Like,
So I
uh,
like I say I got that. I got the staff that shoots the fireballs. That's
Yeah.
really handy for the other enemies. Obviously the sword, and I got the basically like the hook shot thing.
Oh yeah, the hook shot thing's my savior. Love the
Yep.
hook shot.
Yeah. Just grab the enemy, pull it towards you, beat it about. That's like
Yeah.
my tactic.
Yeah. No, that's basically what I do, and it's just good to get around to certain areas as well. I've got an ability that you don't get to near the end, which will let you like dash. So like you can jump gaps. So if you've got like two platforms and there's nothing in between them, and
Yeah.
there's nothing to hook shot on, you can use this dash and then you'll like fly across it.
Like the Pegasus boots in
Yeah,
Zelda.
yeah. Instead of rolling, you just do
Yeah.
like a really quick dash, which is really handy to get some of the manual pieces. But yeah,
I was
it's
wondering how to get them.
yeah, because I think there's one near the town, which is
Yeah.
like in the middle of a fountain.
Yeah. I'm like, I think I wasted half hour just being like, I must be able to get it. It's there.
Yeah, but yeah, some of the puzzles are really hard. Like there's one puzzle. Did you get to the mountain? The
I
door on
can
the
get up.
mountain?
I get up to the mountain. I've
Yeah,
been up to the mountain several times, thinking, "No, this surely is where I go next,"
yeah.
and then I can't. So,
So I only got into that mountain yesterday because I Googled it, and on every page of the manuals that you collect, there's like a little hint, like a gold, like something is in gold on each page, and each page represents a number on a grid, and then you have to follow like a path using. So say if you're on page 12 and the clue was like
yeah,
up and left, so then on the grid you'd know that wherever the number 12 is, you'd have the input would be up and left, but you'd have to do that for about 30 pages, and I was like, I don't have the patience for this. I'll just quick Google that. But I mean, like, if I had more time to play it, I probably would have tried to decipher some of them on my own.
yeah. Also, I thought I'd say like, "Oh yeah, we'll spend a month playing it, and like, that's gonna be I'm gonna be able to get some time, between doing all like the work on the house that I got to do, my day
Yep,
job, and obviously looking after the child and stuff."
yep,
And then it's like, "Yep, so I managed 3 hours,"
yep.
and
That's
then
like
you're
me.
like,
Yeah. In the mornings, wake up at 6, feed the
"Yeah,
baby, have 40 minutes on the Xbox, work, finish work, play with the baby, have dinner, put the baby to bed, and then, you know,
yeah."
that's like a couple of hours with the wife.
We should have named our channel "Dad's Attempt to Play Video Games,
Yeah.
but no longer have the time, the
Maybe I'll
skill, or
maybe
the ability."
yeah, maybe I'll add that to our Twitter bio.
Yeah.
Just two dads that want to play video games but can't.
That was my like idea behind it, is like doing this is because obviously like me being in Canada now as well, it's like me and you don't get to chat as often as we used to anyway,
No.
and I don't get to play games anywhere near as much as I do, and I've shelled out the $700 for the Xbox Series X. I pay for
Yep.
Game Pass, and it just sits there.
Yeah.
Like, so just thought, doing this, it's sort of like, we get to have a chat, we get to play more games, and I get to, justify my expensive purchase.
Yeah, definitely. Not just that though, but like for anyone that listens who is in the same boat as us,
Yeah,
where they don't have a lot, they maybe get like an hour a day or a few hours a week, it might give them a good idea as to what games might be worth picking up when they've got such limited time.
yeah,
Because since Elden Ring's come out, my Twitter timeline is people just going on about that game, saying how much hours they've put into it, like, and I'm just thinking to myself, how do you have that much time
yeah. I would
to
I,
put?
I would love to play that game, but I know there's no point because I'm never going to have the time to properly invest in it.
Yeah, that's like I bought Cyberpunk. I enjoyed Cyberpunk. I think it's really good, but I don't get a lot of time to really, yeah, do any of like the side missions really or anything like
Yeah,
that. It's just main mission to main mission. But that's what's so good about Game Pass is there's so many little indie games that like Tunic that are just you can just pick them up, play it for a bit, and it's
they're
you don't need to.
manageable.
Yeah, you don't need to
Yeah,
invest hours upon hours to improve your character or, do all of this stuff. You just pick it up, play, put it down. It's essentially like if you imagine what playing FIFA or Call of Duty or any online shooting game, you can just pick it up, play a couple of games, done.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
if you've got a spare 30 minutes, I'll crack out 2 games of Halo in that time. But it's kind of like that, but in a single player experience where you can pick it up, just have half an hour on it, get to like the next stage of wherever you're exploring, and you can put it down without having to worry about, oh, am I going to forget how to do this ability or that ability? It's
yeah. Because I was surprised. I've only put in 3 hours into it, but
yeah,
because of how sort of far and the stuff that I did in the game and the enjoyment I got out of it, it's felt like I've played it more. It's like a weird oxymoron. Like I feel like I've played it a lot, but it's not taken a lot of my time because I've not had a lot
yes,
of time.
yeah,
So I think, if anyone's looking for, well, I guess that's what we can sort of do with our channel and stuff as well, isn't it? It's like people that don't have a lot of time and they're like, I don't want to start playing a game and realize, oh, I've got to sink 100+ hours in it
yeah,
to get anywhere. Whereas obviously you can have a listen to us and then be like, oh yeah, Tunic, yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Well, I know that I can play it for 3 hours and I can get like a third of the way through the game,
yeah,
and then so if it takes you like 3-4 months to get through it, it's an enjoyable game to play, and
yes,
you can take that time even if you only got like 20 minutes here and there just to sort of jump in and do a little puzzle or go collect some manual page pieces and stuff. So
yeah. And
yeah.
another thing as well, is, some people may see this as a con. I'm undecided on it because I do like a cutscene in a game. A story-driven game, cutscenes are good, but with this, like, you don't have to worry about your limited time being taken up by watching like a really long cutscene because there are
It's no Metal Gear
basically,
Solid.
yeah, there basically are no cutscenes. Like,
Yeah,
again, going back to Cyberpunk, on a time where I had like half an hour to play it, 20 minutes of that was just sat watching a cutscene, and I didn't want to skip the cutscene because I didn't want to miss any of the story. So yeah, I
yeah.
didn't really
You're just
get
like,
enough.
oh, I decided to play for half an hour or 20 minutes and I don't
Yeah,
actually get to play.
yeah. Whereas in this, you can literally pick up with Xbox Game Pass's quick resume as well. It's good because you literally pick up where you left off,
Mm.
so you don't have to, worry about, oh, I've had to reload from a save point. How did I get to where I was? Because that's another thing I found of this as well. Like trying to work my way around the overworld, because at some point you can like lower all the bridges and connect all the
Yeah,
bits,
get the
and trying to,
shortcuts and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
trying to work out how to get from A to B can be a challenge in itself in some instances.
You're like, how the hell did I get here? It's like
Yeah.
I need to get back and I don't know how.
Well, when we first started playing it, I remember messaging you about those enemies that just shoot
Yeah,
laser beams at you.
yeah.
Oh, the amount of times they killed me. Because I'm
But you
like, I can't be bothered to try and get close to it to kill it, so I'll run away. And then I try
yeah,
and run away, and they just shoot me anyway. And I'm just like, brilliant.
that is quite demoralizing at the beginning,
Yeah.
especially when you don't have the shield.
Hmm. Yeah. The shield is a must in this game. The shield and learning how to dodge.
Yeah.
Because
And the hook
without that,
shot. Once you get the hook
yes.
shot, you can zip all over the place and pull enemies towards you and like yeah. That's like when I got that, I was like, oh yeah, right, now it's on.
Yeah.
Now I can traverse and I can beat enemies and yeah. um oh, what I was gonna say at the beginning, which I completely forgot about, was I didn't realize that the game is basically been made by what looks like one person because I was doing a bit of research on it,
Yeah.
and the only developer that's listed is a guy called Andrew Schuldice.
I saw that earlier today as well.
Yeah,
Because I was
and
trying
it's
to
like
find like interesting facts about the game. Like
yeah,
usually I'd go on IMDb and just read through trivia, because sometimes they have video games on there. But this
okay,
literally had nothing. So I was like, oh, okay.
because he's listed as designer, programmer, and artist. Now there's two other guys listed under the artist things, So I guess they're like contributing, like
Mm,
art, like models or whatever. I don't know. I can't find that information. But this one guy is listed under everything for like the writer and everything. So it's like it is a proper like one man, essentially a one man band indie
yeah,
game, which is unbelievably impressive, like in my opinion,
yeah,
because of just it's all like the little things that make you just go, oh, that's really cool, like that are in the game. That it's like
yeah,
when stuff just sort of like links up or matches up, or just when you get the manual piece and there's like a little hint in there and it leads you to some other thing and stuff, like for all that sort of intricacy for one person to
yeah,
do that is like, oh, it's mind blowing in my opinion.
yeah. No, I completely agree. But I think you can really see that from the surface of it that he has taken a lot of inspiration from like the old Zelda games.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah, 100%.
if you've played, is it Link's Awakening on the Switch, the remake of the old?
Hmm. Or
Yeah,
on the Game Boy.
well, yeah, but obviously the one on the Switch is got updated graphics.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so you can see like the similarities, the camera
yeah.
angle, the way the world's laid out, the items you get, the fact that the fox has a sword and a shield and a green tunic,
And it's called Tunic.
and it's called Tunic. The only disappointing thing is there's no bow and arrow, but I guess you get the little magic rod to make
Yeah.
up for that. But no, it is a good game. Yeah, I did really enjoy it.
But you're not completed it yet, Ian.
No, I know. I'm on the last boss now, so I'll
You
just
you
smash that out.
always would say to me, it doesn't count unless you've done the last boss.
Yeah, like you
You
with
always
Star Fox.
I was gonna say, I was waiting for that.
And you with Ocarina of Time. Didn't I always have to do the water temple for you?
It was yeah, the bit no, what was it? The bit where you fight Shadow Link. I was
Yeah,
just
in the water
absolutely
temple.
yes, in the water, yeah. Absolutely appalling with that as a kid. And then you
Yep,
had to do Star Fox Adventures.
yep. I had to do one of the parts on that for you as well.
Yeah, the R-Wing sequences I couldn't do, and then the final boss as well you did for me, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
So
know?
you've never completed those games?
Oh yeah, according to the logic.
Yeah. Well, I think there are a few different endings depending on how much of the secret collectibles you've got.
Yeah.
What I was reading online, apparently there's like a true ending or like a happy ending. Obviously, I haven't seen any of the endings yet because I haven't defeated the last boss. I did try and defeat the last boss before I had my upgrades. Um, didn't work out very well. This is another thing as well. Like, how long did it take you before you realized you could upgrade your like attack and your HP?
I did that pretty early on because I got the bit of the manual that said, "Oh, before you go do the first boss in the garden area, make sure you're at least level blah blah."
Yeah,
And then I was like going to the shrines, and I do a thing where if I don't know what I'm doing, I just start mashing every button on the controller, hoping something will happen. And then I think I just did that, and then I was near it, and I clicked one of the things in the menu, and it said about like upgrading it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd give that a go, and then I figured out I had to be near the shrine to be able to do that.
yeah.
It wouldn't let me do it not at the shrine, so I think I'd managed to do it before facing that first boss.
Oh, see, I saw the message in the manual about, oh, make sure your attack is level 3, blah blah blah,
Mm.
and I was like, okay, I don't know how to increase that, so I'll just go and fight the boss. Didn't work out very well. And then, yeah, like you, I was just stood near a shrine, opened up my menu, and one of the items on it said offer, and I was like, what does that mean? So I just clicked it, and then yeah, one of my stats went up.
Yeah.
So I found that by accident. And again, there's fast travel points along around the world. I
Yeah.
won't
Well, you
say
yeah
I won't say what they are, but it took me a very long time to work out how to use them.
yeah yeah
Like you have to stand on them and then press a button for a certain amount of time.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it took me a very long time to work out how to do that.
I only really realised 100% what I was doing with those after I got the first red key thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I've gone to this place. Oh, that's what these things must be. I was like, I was going to ask you. You might know because I'm in the dark. I obviously didn't put in as many hours as you did. But
Yeah,
when you get to like the shrine of the hero
yeah,
and you can pray it and it sends you to like the weird ethereal world, like
yeah.
what do you do? Because you can just walk up a staircase and do nothing and then like leave. I didn't know. Like, is there
Oh
more
yeah,
to it? Did you?
that comes into play more later on,
Oh, okay.
but I won't say because I don't want to.
Yeah. Spoil,
Yeah.
spoil,
And
spoilers.
did you know that you could turn it from night to day by sleeping in the bed?
No.
Maybe that doesn't come into it until later on either then, because the amount of time, because I saw a bit about it in in one of the manual pages, and I was like, okay. So I was standing near the bed and nothing was happening, and then like yeah, later on in the game, it gave me an option to change it from night to day, and I was like, oh okay. Was I just standing in the wrong place at the start, or is it something that doesn't come in until like yeah, after halfway through the game?
Because it
But that
looks
was a
like
nice
it's
little
going to
feature as well.
change. Yeah, it looks like it's going to change from night to day when you save at the shrine,
Yeah,
doesn't it? 'Cause it does the thing where it goes, "Ooh," and I'm like, oh, is it? Am I going to play at night now? But then it just is basically like the early morning and it's daytime
yeah,
again. So yeah, that's a feature that I was not aware of. One thing from playing the Xbox more, because obviously I've got the Xbox Series X, I bought it on a whim
yeah,
from a GameStop because I joked with the guy when I walked in. He was like, "Oh, can I help you with anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can give me a Series X." And he was like, "Oh, actually, we've got two in stock." So I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll get one." Because obviously during COVID and stuff like that,
yeah.
anyway. I only went in to get the Banjo Kazooie amiibo, and like come up with a flipping Series X. Um, but yeah, but obviously, like I said, I didn't really play it all that much. I play my Switch a lot more because I'll be knackered at the end of the day and I'll just get into
Yeah,
bed and I'll just play it. And I'm lazy and I play games that I've already played, so I
yeah.
know what I'm doing. So like I'm playing through Majora's Mask for probably like the 20th time at
Oh,
the moment.
great game.
But anyway, with playing Tunic, like that, I realized that Nintendo and Microsoft need to sit down, have a conversation, and agree a button layout because I was constantly pressing B on the Xbox controller all the time, thinking it was the A button.
Oh, but
Like,
that's what I do the other way around though. When I go from Xbox to Switch, I'm
yeah,
always doing that. I think I'm pressing the A button, but I'm pressing the B button. It's just yeah, very very confusing.
it's a nightmare, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
they're on such chummy terms these days as well, with like the Microsoft games coming out on like the Nintendo platform and stuff. They've let Nintendo put Banjo Kazooie on the Switch Online
yeah,
and stuff. It's like, come on, guys, let's just agree a button layout once and for all,
yeah,
and then we can stop this silliness.
yeah. No, I agree because yeah, I don't know if I'd ever be the same if I went onto PlayStation. If I don't know if their button layouts are basically the same as Xbox or not.
There's been a bit of hoo-ha about that. I think when the PlayStation, what is it on 5 now? Are they on
Yeah,
PlayStation 5s? Yeah, because I think they changed it, the button layout in Japan as to what button is confirm and which button is back to the American way. So it's the
oh,
same
okay,
across all regions. I think there's a bit of thing. I don't know too much about it. I'm not really into PlayStation. Don't really know a lot about it. But yeah, for anyone that is a PlayStation fan, that's my little bit of information.
nice.
As far as my PlayStation knowledge goes, I don't even know what number are they on. Is it the fifth one or is it the fourth one? I don't know.
No, it is the fifth one. Yeah, I literally want one just to play Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That's the only reason I want to get one.
hopefully it might come on Steam.
Then I'll need to improve my laptop.
Then you have to probably have to get a proper PC.
Well, yeah, probably.
I think we've gone a little bit off topic there, but
Yes, yes, we have definitely.
I don't know if
So
you've got anything else to add about Tunic. I've pretty much, I think I've exhausted off the top of my head, obviously, as far as I got within the game. But if so, you got a lot further than I did, so you can probably offer. I might
yeah, I
have a
don't really
few
want to
more
give
few
too
more
much away
points.
though. Like I don't want to spoil anything. Um, the further into the game you get, there are harder bosses, there are harder enemies. Um, yeah, there's one bit near the end where you go into this. void place, and there's 7 statues, I think, and you have to click on each
Yeah.
one, and then each statue morphs enemies of that type, loads of enemies, like one after the other, that you have to fight. But one of the statues replenishes like your potions and gives you loads of life.
Okay.
Didn't realize that at the start. First time I tried it, I used that one straight away. I already had full health and full potions. So I was like, great.
Typical.
Yeah. But like it is, for how difficult the game is, it is still very enjoyable. And if you are finding it really hard, in the accessibility section of the options, there are, you can turn essentially God mode on, or no stamina bar, just to kind of help you get through some like really tricky areas. So if you find yourself stuck on a boss for like 5 hours, you can literally just press start, go to the options, make sure you can't die, and then just beat the boss just so you can get on to the next bit. So you don't feel like you have to give up on the game because you're stuck. Like you can
Did
just,
Did you say you can make it so you can't die?
yeah, there's a no fail mode in the options.
What? 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 I'm literally lost for words. Like, I would have had that on just from the beginning if I knew that. I like to
Yeah,
play games that I'm just sort of bumbling through, like la 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 la. I can't die. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would have been amazing.
this is because you're so used to Nintendo games.
Well, yeah, it's because I've got old and I don't have a lot of time and I don't have a lot of patience anymore, and I just like to like bimble through a game.
So yeah, I base yeah. So if you get stuck on any boss or any section, you can just, yeah, turn off the stamina so your stamina doesn't deplete, or
Yeah,
put no fail mode on so your health just doesn't go down.
that's a
So
really good
yeah,
addition.
yeah, it is, because like I said, if you're like us and you don't get a lot of time to play on it, and you are stuck on a boss that you just cannot beat, don't feel disheartened and put the game down and never play
Yeah.
again. Just put that option on, defeat the boss, turn it off again, and just carry on until the next time you get stuck.
Can you go
It,
back and do the bosses afterwards?
I don't know. I think there is a new game plus, I think,
Okay.
but
Because I
I
was
don't know
thinking
if you can go back to do them.
yeah, I was thinking you could put that on, do the boss to get past it, go through, level yourself up a bit more. Then you could come back if you wanted the experience of, the challenge of it later on. You might be
Yeah.
able to go back and do it.
Yeah, so I think there is a new game plus, but you keep all your stats. So obviously
Yeah,
when you go to fight the first boss, when they recommend you be level 3 in every stat, you'll be like level 5 or level 6. So
yeah,
you'll probably be a bit too strong, but it might still be a bit of a challenge.
yeah. Well, especially if you were struggling previously.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, I don't really have anything else
so
to add.
I guess the question is, would you recommend it? Would you say it was a game play, or would you say a game pass?
It's definitely a game play. However, saying that, if you are someone that literally just wants to download a game for achievement hunting, it's a game pass.
Because there's not many achievements, or they're hard.
They're all secret, and you actually have to play the game and really invest time in solving all of the puzzles in this made up language in order to get them.
So that's
So it
interesting as
might not
well.
be worth your time. If like there are certain games like what did I play? Call of the Wild, Call of the Sea, and it's basic. You can get all the achievements essentially on one really quick playthrough.
Yeah,
But on this one, whilst you can probably get them all on one playthrough, where they're all secret, you might miss a couple
yeah.
if you don't know what you're like looking for.
That's interesting because obviously I've been out of the Xbox game pretty much since the 360 game days, really.
Yeah,
Like, it's interesting that obviously achievements seem to be it's like a big part of it because I've sort of completely dropped out of the whole like, oh, getting the achievement, like, because obviously Nintendo just don't really do it. So I'm
yeah,
just like, I still just play a game just because I enjoy playing it. There's no like, oh, I've got to go do this to get an achievement. But I guess it's sort of like has it become more of a thing like now
yeah. I
in
think
Xbox circles?
yeah. I think it's bigger on PlayStation because I think PlayStation have platinum trophies, which I don't exactly know what they are, but I see a lot of people on Twitter talk about, oh, I've platinumed this game. And I don't know if it means they've like 100%ed it, or if they've done a certain thing to get this platinum trophy. But there are a lot of people that do play games specifically for achievement hunting.
Yeah.
And if you do that, whilst this game is very enjoyable and at times very relaxing and fun, and at times challenging, you probably won't want to play it if your sole purpose is to get the achievements, that 1,000 gamer score.
That's so alien to me now. So
Yeah.
like, well, you can see my gamer score. I've got like what 11,000 over the course of when did the 360 come out? 2005.
Yeah, 2004, 2005, around about then. I
Yeah,
don't know.
something like that. So like was that like 15, 16 years? I've managed to
Yeah,
acquire 11,000 gamer score. And like, what are you on? Like
80 something, I think.
something crazy? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I've seen people on Twitter that have like 1 million,
Oh my god.
and I'm just like, do you not have a job?
They probably don't. It's probably all the young kids, isn't it? Life will catch them soon enough.
Yes, yes. But no, yeah, I would definitely say, definitely recommend it. Definitely a game pass rather than a gameplay. Like I feel, no, it's a
You're it wrong way
gameplay.
round.
Yeah, gameplay
We've
rather than
minced
a,
our words.
yeah, it's a gameplay rather than a game pass.
Yeah,
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 it's definitely a game you have to experience, especially if you've never played a Zelda game but have always wanted to give one a go, because it is a lot more challenging, but it is very similar to a
yeah.
Zelda game.
So you're gonna carry on and push through and do that final boss.
I am, yep, and then it's on to the next game.
Yeah.
What about you? What would you give it? A play
I
or a
would
pass?
I would definitely say gameplay. Like I said, like I've not managed to put a ton of hours into it. Like a lot of people are probably thinking 3 hours, that's nothing. But obviously that's for me, that's like 6 sit down sessions essentially
Yeah,
because it's like half-hour windows that I'm getting. Um, but yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. It's been like a fulfilling experience, and feel like I've made progress. Because a lot of
yeah,
games you can play for a half-hour slot and not do anything. You've not
yeah,
achieved anything. You've not got anywhere. You're just either like lost, or you watch a cutscene, like you said earlier,
yeah,
or if you just do online multiplayer, you sit in a lobby, you sit in matchmaking, you play one game, and you're done.
yeah,
You know, so yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna attempt to actually complete this one because it probably helps to me that it feels very Nintendo, which is sort of
yeah,
like my area of enjoyment.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I better get a move on because we need to choose what our next game is, really,
Oh
don't we?
God, yeah. Oh, what
Do you have
game?
any? Do you have any suggestions or?
Well, there is one I've already downloaded and I haven't played yet
Okay.
because I've been playing Tunic. It's called Shredders. It's a snowboarding game,
Ah, you
and
mentioned that.
I tweeted about it. Again, I'm always about the Twitter. And the developers tweeted me back, and they were like, "Oh," because I mentioned how it reminds me of Cool Borders 2, because that game on the
Ah, yeah.
so good.
Cool
We
borders. Here we
Yeah,
go.
we used to play that all the time back on the PS1, and
Yeah,
yeah, they replied saying, "Oh yeah, Cool Borders 2 is like the jam," or and I
yeah.
was just like, "Oh, if they think that, then hopefully they've put a lot of time and effort into this," because I liked Cool Borders, I liked SSX Tricky, I liked SSX3.
Hmm.
I didn't think I've played the first two. I haven't played any of the newer SSX, but yeah, I've always found snowboarding games quite enjoyable. So
Yeah. They
that's
redid
one that would,
they redid SSX. I say recently. Like this is
yeah,
where my time frames are so off because I'm like, yeah, that was recently, and I'm checking it's like 8 years ago. But they did like that recent version of it,
yeah,
which they went super like really serious. They took out the silliness.
yeah,
Which, but I think I like my snowboarding games to be a bit silly, like Cool
yeah.
Borders and SSX Tricky.
But I mean that's an option. Or I know you've mentioned previously Streets of Rage 4, because again, nostalgia.
Yeah,
We both used to play that, the original trilogy, back in the day on the Mega Drive and on the Game Gear.
yeah,
So that's an option as well. I'm sure a lot of other people our age probably experienced that and may have thought, oh, Streets of Rage, are probably just jumping on the nostalgia bandwagon, blah blah blah. Um,
yeah.
but other than those two, I've got a definite request for the one after, because it's not out
Okay,
yet, which is
what's that?
two. Did you play 2 Point Hospital?
No, but Sarah is obsessed with it.
Because they're
She's
doing a
is it,
university one, 2 Point Campus.
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, so I mean that could be a future one when that's out.
Oh, we can give that a go. I'll let you know. I am terrible at anything like that.
Yes, so am I.
My absolute jam with games are literally you run left to right and you jump over stuff. So like the Switch had Mario 99 as like I don't know, no Mario. 30. Or what was it?
Yeah.
Anyway, a certain amount of people, like Tetris 99, but you had a certain amount of people playing Mario online,
Yeah.
all at the same time. And when you died, you were out, and it's almost like a battle royale type
Yeah, I
thing.
was gonna say.
And like, I was just playing that just casually. I've got my 20 minutes spare. I'm in bed, whatever. And I'm like coming first on that, like multiple times. And it's like feels easy to me. But
Yeah.
like so many other people have like said, oh, it's really hard. I've not got a single win on it yet. But I guess it's just because that's the stuff that was like my bread and butter growing up, and it
Yeah.
was stuff that I just played constantly. Like every winter when you couldn't really go out and play or whatever, it'd just be like, Sonic or Mario, and
Yeah.
you'd be going through it. But yeah, I suck at anything that's more sort of like modern or complex. I'm
Well, I
pretty
mean,
terrible at.
I'm on the GamePass app now, just looking at the platformers, and there does seem to be quite a lot of side-scrolling style
Yeah.
games.
Not that I'm saying
So
we should do that. I'm just,
one to fit your needs.
yeah, we'll do one at some point, and I'll just be like, yeah, I completed it. Haha. Yes, win for me.
And it'd be like Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you have any recommendations for the next one?
I was quite interested in the snowboarding game
Yeah.
because I'm guessing that's going to be like levels. You do the level, like you do whatever it is to do in the level. Like you have a race or trick points. I'm
That's
guessing
what
score over a
I
certain amount of points or come first in a race. Like
Yeah, that's what I would imagine. Because it'd be a bit boring if it's open world and you had to go down a mountain and then get in a ski lift and wait to get to the top of the mountain and then go
but
down a mountain.
you never know with these modern games.
Yeah, they're not all side scrolling anymore.
No.
Not all linear paths.
So
But yeah, we can give that one a
yeah,
go.
yeah. So I think we're both in agreement with Tunic is definitely a game play, and we
Yes, gameplay.
recommend that anyone listening should download it for free on Xbox Game Pass and give it a
Yep,
go.
yep.
Or I would even go as far as to say I think it's only you had their website up. It's only
I
like
just had that
30
website as well.
$30. I don't know how much that is in pounds, but it's $30 on Steam, I think, which
Yeah, it's
is
on Steam, it's on
well worth
Epic
it.
Games as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're on PC, you can download it through Steam or on Epic Games. I don't know if is that working yet? I don't know.
We're
Is
just
it
telling people stuff, but we don't
Epic
know.
Store?
The Epic
But
Game Store.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
really, apart
they
from Football
haven't.
Manager and The Sims, I don't really play the PC
Uh,
market. So,
yeah.
but that's one we could do because I know you love football. We could do Football Manager.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to suggest something like that at some point, like flipping FIFA or Football Manager. Jesus, how many hours did you put in, Luke? Oh, I put in 5 minutes, and now it's like he's done.
Oh,
Uh,
don't worry,
right.
I won't do that to you.
Yeah. So, what's the snowboarding game called again?
Shredders.
Shredders,
Yeah, because
not to be confused.
shred.
You shred.
You shred things like a sick bro.
Okay, you're not eating shreddies.
No, you've
You're
already
being
had your shreddies.
you're going out to be a shredder, but there's no Ninja Turtles involved.
No.
Okay, right. So
Right.
I think that's decided. We've said our opinions on Tunic, so I
Yep.
think we're good to go.
Yes.
Right, we'll see
Cool.
you guys next time.
Yes. Enjoy everyone's time on Tunic. Let us know
Yes.
what you think. Add a comment to let us know your opinions on the game. We'll be yeah, would love to hear. And if we do have any comments on the next one, maybe we'll read them out.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
Cool.